Honoring Yvonne Lesicko with Ohio Farm Bureau's Distinguished Service Award is many years too early. She might have received this award upon her retirement after what should have been a long and distinguished career. But fate had other plans when Yvonne passed away unexpectedly in June. Yvonne might have had many more years of service to give, but like many of her fast-paced endeavors, she packed a career's worth of accomplishments in her 11 years with Ohio Farm Bureau. Reforming CAUV, passing agritourism legislation, advocating for trade and farm programs, negotiating for common-sense water quality solutions, and navigating the Lake Erie Bill of Rights legal complexities are just a few of the issues she was involved with or led the charge to address. During the early months of 2020, she led OFBF's work on a farm, food, and agribusiness COVID-19 impact survey. And she took on helping with farmer mental health projects as the burdens and stresses of the farm economy took a toll on the emotional health of many. Her Farm Bureau journey began on a Sunday night in 1994 when she received a call at home from Bill Swank, who was at the time Ohio Farm Bureau's executive vice president. She was a graduate student at Ohio State working on her master's degree in public administration with a concentration in ag policy. Bill had read one of her papers and was impressed. He offered her a job as an intern. After graduation, she stayed on at Farm Bureau as a full-time staffer for the next 3 years. Her experience in covering telecommunications led to a job offer from Cincinnati Bell. She worked there for the next 15 years as Director of Government Relations. During this time, she also served as president of the Ohio Lobbying Association. She loved working for Cincinnati Bell, which she described as a good Ohio-based company. But ag was always my passion, and I knew I wanted to come back, she said. I truly feel like it was coming back home, she said about returning to Farm Bureau in 2012. Yvonne's connection to agriculture began on her family's farm and seed processing plant in Huron County. At age 13, I told my dad I was going to run the farm, she said. He had another idea. I need you to go fight the EPA for me, she quoted her dad as saying. Even at that age, I got the bug. Yvonne's position as Vice President of Public Policy suited her well. Farm Bureau gave her a platform where she could shine. Whether it was arranging for event speakers, guiding a nighttime tour in Washington, D.C., or working with students, Yvonne shined brightest when she was front and center with members. What we didn't fully realize until she was gone was that not only was she a respected colleague, but she was also a teacher who mentored hundreds. Yvonne was full of hustle. She was quick-witted, made note-takers scribble, and her walk made others jog. Her work days were intense, but she always had time to ask about kids, family, and pets. She was steady in a crisis and a patient listener. She packed a lot in her 48 years. Her husband Scott and son Oscar were everything to her. Her siblings were her best friends. She was a fun aunt and godmother and a good friend to so many. Her best piece of advice that she shared most often was this: don't wait to be asked. Show up, get involved, say what you want. As Yvonne would prefer, we'll give her the last word.
I am living my story in terms of the fact that I am doing what my part is, my correct part, the part where I fit well with agriculture. And I love that. I love that I don't ever now think, wow, I'm not in production agriculture, so I'm not really a farmer. Mm-hmm. So, my dad was an amazing farmer, and we've got so many amazing farmers out there. But I hope I am being an amazing advocate, and I hope that, my story is what my contributions were to the overall agricultural community and the overall agricultural economy. They might not be production agriculture, but boy, I hope someday I can look back and be like, I made a difference. That was pretty cool.
Oscar and I are honored to accept this award on behalf of Yvonne. Yvonne was one of the few people who genuinely enjoyed her work, the biggest part of that being working with the organization's members. She had an amazing ability to connect with people, and it brought her great joy to help the people she cared so dearly for. On behalf of her family, we are immensely proud of her achievements working with the farming community, and we thank you for honoring her memory with this award.